Good morning. Welcome to Fantasy Island, where everything is my way. So, you guys, yesterday I started out talking about the Keto Rose situation. I did a video. It was just part one, and then it was Chrissy. Everybody hates Chrissy's expounded upon example of what's going on, right? But today I decided I'm just going to do a live, put them all together. So all of them are together in this part 1 through 3. And then I have Everybody Hate Chrissy, and we can watch hers after. So we'll have the whole saga together so far. All right, let's see.
Hi, and welcome to episode 1 of Who the Fuck Did I Work For? So, because I'm unemployed, this is my content now. So if you like content like this, like, share, subscribe. Subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that little bell notification. So this...
I tagged her YouTube channel so you guys can see it in the description. Go subscribe to her YouTube channel. She's hilarious.
This is the creator of the pod. This is Randy Rosario, Mike the Poet, Trip Fontaine, Fine Ass Keto Rose, and Mojo Gaja! A lot of you guys are like, well, I don't care about this bitch or that bitch. Where's my favorite? Oh, shit, there she go to your favorite. She be dropping them gems. This is Kitty Rose. She got Randy out quick, fast. She said, I want your spot. How can I manipulate everyone to get it? I'm going to detail that, though.
Okay, y'all. So y'all just saw Randy. Randy is the Hispanic lady, Randy Rosario. I didn't realize who Randy was. I thought it was a guy. Sorry, Randy. But Randy Rosario is the girl that was in the front on the left. Next to, it's like two girls in there. Kita, Randy. Randy's on the left.
In the following episodes, it's gonna be like 500 episodes. Bonus feature. This guy says he used to be with Kitty, but that can't be true because it would have been around the time she was married, and she can't stand side bitches and she can't stand cheating women. The drama, the tea. Hope we all heal. Hi, and welcome to...
Pause. Okay. So that was the end of part 1. She said everything she said. She just spewed it all out there, and part 1's over. So just a little synopsis. She is letting us know, Kita's letting us know that Kitty came later after all of them had everything set up, and she decided she wanted Randy's spot. So she took Randy's spot. She was like, dibs, and just took it. So I don't know how she manipulated her way into getting it, because I think Kitty is supposed to be a therapist and Randy is the life counselor or life coach or something like that. So they don't even have the same job. So I don't know why they're even saying, why she's even saying that. But let's see what part 2 says.
Hello, and thank you for watching part 2 of Who the Fuck Did I Work For? I just want to address a few things that have been really pissing me off. Number 1, I'm not one of those friends that fall out with a friend and tell their business. These hoes actually never liked me at all.
I don't think that counts. I think that's cheating. Listen, even if you think they never liked you, so all of your friendship was fake, you're still falling out and telling all your friends' business. Like, let's not, like, even if you think she was being fake the whole friendship. So she told you all of her business and you still think it's okay to air it out because you think she was being fake. I think that is like crossing the line. I don't know. Like, I know that if you step on me, I'm about to step on you, bitch. And if you play with me, I'm gonna play harder. But I didn't see anything from Kitty saying anything about Kita. So that's why it seems like, okay, y'all fell out. It is what it is. Y'all aren't friends anymore. I ain't hearing Kitty say anything about you, but you are airing all this woman's business out because y'all aren't friends anymore. Like, that's just what it is. That's what it seems like to me. I'm outside looking in. I don't know y'all, but that's what it seems like, Kita. So you can say that's not what you do, but that's what you're doing.
This isn't a hurt people situation. This is a you fucked around and now you're gonna find out. A lot of you are saying this seems a little one-sided, Kita. Right, because I'm the only one talking. So since your faves get paid to speak on a daily basis, they should have no problem speaking out. Before it was tonight's conversation, live and uncut, it was tonight's conversation, love, sex, and relationships, the tour. I had
the tour. It's how soft her voice. The tour. It's crazy.
Never been on tour before. I was content creating and working HR at Kraft Macaroni and Cheese. I was HR there. By the way, since we're doing this, y'all probably shouldn't be eating that shit either, but if they sue me, they're gonna take my son, so I best be shutting that ass up. But I got to meet some really great people. I met the very talented Jay Martinez, the very funny TC Caldwell, the really beautiful and talented Caleb the poet, and Joe!
Oh, you guys, so TC Caldwell, this guy, he's the one I used to see his shorts all the time of him with like the robe. He's the mama and he's got the robe and he's clutching it and he's going in on his kids. Like that's what I used to see him doing all the time. I didn't know that he left doing that to be on tonight's conversation. That's probably where he went. He's hilarious.
Look how happy I am. Stupid girl.
There he is. That's TC. And I'm sure it's that same robe that he be clutching. What a mess. I know the men couldn't stand him before. They're like, he's dressing up like a woman. He's doing that cosplay that we don't like. He's, what do they say? He gonna put the dress on. Okay. He was hilarious.
Healed, emotionally mature, ready for marriage, man. Honestly, this show was a vibe. It was a vibe. It was intimate. It was positive. I had millions of followers. TC had millions of followers, but he lost his page. And when he lost his page, Mojo Jojo said, "You're no longer valuable. Goodbye. Goodbye." This is my best friend, and the reason why I'm in this fucking predicament, she was following Mojo Jojo and couldn't believe he picked me to be on tour. So when Mojo Jojo hired me, he said that we were going to make a lot of money because he had done a lot of shows. This wasn't his first show. This was my first tour, but not his. He used to be on tour with, who's that?
Oh, not Derek Jackson. Not they birds of a feather. What's hilarious is they can't stand Derek Jackson just like they can't stand Ace Metaphor. They feel like they're one and the same. They're pander bears, right? And here he is letting her know that he was on tour with Derek Jackson. Oh, yeah, like y'all were saying, he was taking all the Black women's money. We couldn't wait to throw our money at him because we thought he was attractive. He learned from the master. Okay.
Apparently it started out a card game, but then they like moved it to making content and then moved it on the road. I don't know. So one of the products sold on tour that made the tour and made him so lucrative is his card game. But word on the curb, allegedly is this was not his idea. A little birdie told me that the card game was his idea, but he just didn't know how to market it right.
That sounds about right. He had books and everything back in the day when I was paying attention to him. I'm not gonna lie, I was watching him when it was in my 20s because he hasn't been relevant for a while. But when I was in my 20s, I loved Derek Jackson. I was like, oh my God, he's a chocolate, handsome man that's saying all the things we want to hear. Where's the problem? Why can't they all just act like him? Even if they don't agree with the message, they see what we like, why not just do it? But men are stubborn. And then it comes out he cheating on the wife. He's just like all the rest of them. He just saying the right things. And it's like, okay, but he got everything he got because he knew how we wanted him to act. I'm just saying, just straight up. He knew what we wanted to hear. He knew what we wanted to see. And he gave it to us. Just give it to us.
Good thing Mojo Jojo is a master marketer. Ooh. Unfortunately, this is going to be the end of part 2. But don't worry, we're going to give you a sneak peek of what's to come in part 3.
That's what I'm telling you. Why so y'all men really don't like getting y'all asses ate? No. Man, for what? Y'all better be glad I don't know how shit. Because I put these niggas after I be making ass. I like.
Now she be eating ass. Why? Look at her cute face. Look how she's so pretty. Why would you do that? Why would you stick your face in there? Ew, that is disgusting. You gotta do better, Kitty. I know that's kink shaming. I don't care. That is disgusting. Don't put your face down there at all. Ew.
For man to pee on me, okay? And
I like a man to pee on me. That's what she said. That's what y'all heard. I didn't say that. She said she likes for men to pee on her. What the fuck?
you honestly, it's something about that scream hitting that.
Story time.
So that's the end. That was the end of part 2. She just clips it, starts up the next one. So this is part 3, you guys.
No. And let me tell you why. No hate to you, because a lot of people have said that, right? They don't like my delivery, my antics, the animation. It's less believable. I don't give a shit what you believe. That's the truth. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you how I tell it. And I'm an animated person, so regardless of what I deliver, good news or bad news, it's gonna come out animated, you bland, boring bitches. Anyway, where did we leave off?
Y'all liking y'all asses ain't? No. Man, for what? Y'all better be glad I ain't no oh shit.
What the fuck is wrong with her? Somebody help this woman. She's fucking crazy. Why? 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 We did not need the visual. Her voice was enough. Oh my God.
Cause I put these niggas.
Ooh, you guys were mad about that one. You guys acted like I made that video. First of all, I just like to address a couple things. One, I'm not kink shaming anybody. If you want to get pissed on, you want to get pissed on. I don't. That's not.
Nah, fuck that. I'm kink shaming you. You kink shaming you. Don't do that shit. That's nasty. What's wrong with you?
I'm not judging you. We listen and we don't judge. You're mad at me because your favorite coach, life coach, likes to get pissed on. What did I do? A lot of you said, well, if that's her husband, it is what it is, but that wasn't her husband in the video. So, number 3, this isn't about booty eating.
Pause. That wasn't her husband. So who was that? Wasn't she in a robe? Am I missing something? She was in a red robe. Were they in the bed? Where were they at? Like, it just looks like a very intimate moment. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something, but that looked like it's supposed to be her husband. If she had a husband at the time, look, y'all know already. I had my OF time when I was in my 20s. I was not with my husband. We were separated. That was something that he knew I was going to do when I did that. This is a woman that is claiming to be of the cloth and are godly, and we can't walk the same path. I think of the women that are supposed to be following God's order, they're supposed to be here compared to us others who don't believe, right? So we should be down here. They shouldn't be down here with us. What you doing down here? You lost. Yeah, I am shaming. I don't care.
Grocery shopping or anything of the sort. This was to show you how she speaks around people that she's comfortable with. So when you guys said I was bullying her, right, when she got on TikTok crying, y'all were like, oh, you're going too hard. No. She talked like that. She talked like nigga, bitch. That's how she talked. It's just that, not on stage. So I wasn't bullying anybody, but I bet a bitch won't try to bully me. But I bet a bitch won't try to bully me. So the guy in the video was not her husband, right? And so he was just somebody that she was doing business with. Now this guy, a lot of you have seen his video. He dated her. I'm not sure what happened, but
y'all, I haven't seen his video. I don't know where his video is. I don't know who this man is. I'm sorry to this man in my Keke Palmer voice, but I don't know who he is. But in the next video that I have, because part 3, it'll be over soon. The next video is this girl named Everybodyhatekrissy, and she has everything. And we can pause the video during Chrissy's and see what he was saying or what she was saying to him in the text, because Keita's is too fast. I can't.
She sent him a very long apology via email, which is, oh my God, like, is he a colleague or a nigga you messing with? I ain't gonna hold you. I didn't read that email. And once I see that your text is this long, you lost me. Now, I don't know why her and the guy you just seen broke up, but I do know that he stated she threw a lot of insults. She was very violent, very angry, and she sent this and another 4 or 5 emails. Like I told you, you guys can pause it. I ain't reading it. Now, a lot of women in the comments were like, well, she's apologizing. Yeah, but what he's trying to convey is with narcissistic women, they will do something terrible and then apologize, and then do something terrible and then apologize. The apology is more to get you back so they can have more of their supply, not that they actually mean it, because if they meant it, they would stop. Now, upon this guy coming out, there's another guy that came out saying that she shot him with his own gun. Shot at him or shot him? Listen here.
damn near exactly what happened with me and her when I dated her. She saw that I had did some shit in my phone. We started fighting. Well, we didn't even start fighting. She started hitting me. I was 200 pounds, like 250 at the time, 6 feet tall. She's, 5'3", 150 pounds soaking wet. I'm like, I can't hit you, so I'm trying to get out the way. She get in the car.
These little women always feel like they can throw their hands on somebody because they little. I feel like this is a common thing with these. You know how they have short man syndrome, and we always talk about how they always overcompensate because they're so little. Yeah, I think it's the same thing for women. It's not short man complex, it's short person complex. And they all have the same, I'm gonna fight, I'm gonna do it, put them up type of energy. And I can't stand that shit. And these men, when they're like, oh, women are just as violent as men, they're talking about you little ones that always want to put your hands on a man and think it's okay because you're so little. You are violent, even though you're little, even though you're fun size and you're cute. And people are like, what? How much damage could her little self do to you? You being a pussy? No, keep your hands to yourself. Every time I have the same energy. It's so ridiculous.
He hit me, destroys my car, and then shoots at me with my own gun 3 times.
Hi, and welcome to episode.
Not with his gun. She pulled a gun on this man. His gun on this. Yeah. These little bitches be crazy. Crazy. There is no way in the world I'd be putting up with that shit if I were a man, especially a handsome man. I don't have to deal with that shit. I'll go find a bitch that'll treat me right. Period. Now, this is Everybody Hates Chrissy, and I'm on her TikTok. So her TikTok is the same as her what I tagged on there. So Everybody Hate Chrissy. And she is breaking down everything because she knew these people. Like, apparently they're all from Ohio or in the surrounding area. So they're like, oh, look, I know them. We all came up together. I know the tea. So this is what Chrissy's about to tell us. Let's see.
Conversation is shaking, and I'm going to do a 2-part video because I have so much information on this y'all will not believe, because I know these people. Haven't seen them in years, know all their tea from 2010 to today. There's a lot to this story. Let's talk about it. So let's start off with this beautiful bag of bones right here. This is Keita Rose. And Keita Rose is a part of tonight's conversation, and I know her from my hometown. Hi, Keita. Hey, girl. So I haven't seen her in years, but I'm talking about, I remember before y'all ever met them, okay? Y'all are like, oh, I remember them from Facebook. Oh, I remember them from YouTube. Baby, I remember these people. The Fox 2. Now, the Fox 2 was such an old hood club where people used to come and perform. When I say this video is late, because I took about 2 hours looking for any photos from the Fox 2, and I can't find any. But this is an old club flyer from there, and I'm going to go ahead and just bleep it out so y'all understand what was going down. I'm talking about old hood juke joint, hole in the wall when they was doing this, okay? So now let's tell the story. Okay, so back to Keita Rose. Now I'm going to tell the story that Keita told, and I'm going to tell all the players, okay? So Keita is over all platforms, has millions and millions of views. The audience for tonight's conversation is hers and Trips, okay? And also that Richie Fontaine guy, they definitely, when I saw that he was also included, for sure. But tonight's conversation started out as getting all different people from my city, Dayton, Ohio. So it's a card game, and they will all be sitting. And they would get all sorts of people from our city that were popular or even not popular, just cool people. And they would sit and they would play this card game and have conversations about relationships. It started out to promote the game. It was a genius thing to do. Like, this is Mar Monroe. Shout out to Mar Monroe. She's from Dayton, Ohio. She's another person with millions of views. Because you got to understand my city. My city is called the Gym City. Dayton, Ohio is called the Gym City. Because we're a little gym, you have no idea that even though we're a small town, everything famous comes back to us. Everything famous is from us and comes back to us. Like how we started off the year with Cat Williams, changing the dynamic of the entire year for everybody. Cat Williams is from Dayton. Do you see what I'm saying? Dave Chappelle still lives there. Do you see what I'm saying? We created pop.
Hey, Dave Chappelle is my favorite. He is my favorite comedian. So him and Cat Williams coming from there and always speaking truth. I see it. It gives a little more validity, I think, personally. Look, y'all don't have to listen to me just because it's fantasy, but I think I'm gonna listen to what she say because usually they be coming with it.
Pop can tabs, okay? There's in funk music. All of funk music. Do you see what I'm saying? Y'all have Reverb, we had Roger. Y'all would have nothing without us in any type of cultural standpoint. So this is a city where there's enough famous people in their own little pockets to reach out and be able to do something like this, and it has traction. So Tony, who they're calling Mojo Jojo, Ace Metaphor. His real name is Tony, and I'll be calling him Tony and Ace throughout this entire video. He's been able to capitalize off other people's clout. Okay, do y'all see where I gave y'all all that? He's been able to bubble off somebody else's pops. Now, this is Tony's page, and he has 1.4 million followers. And even though he has been a promoter through the city, I don't want y'all to think that means popular dude. Okay, this is very, very much the corn on the cob ball. This is a lame, okay?
Why Tony Ace Metaphor? Why he catches strays? This is a lame. You know how they say money can't unlame a nigga, you lame. She just straight up called Ace Metaphor lame, which these men have been saying. We don't ever listen to y'all. Let's just be real. We never listen to y'all. We feel like y'all always hating on the guys that we actually respect, so we don't want to listen to y'all. But y'all were spot on with him clearly, because she's like, nah, he's a lame. Corn on the cob. I cannot.
Tony has never been nothing but nice and sweet and respectful towards me. So I know this is going to come off as deep disrespect, but I just have to tell the story of how it really was. This is a lame dude. So I need y'all to take that in your minds. Okay, this is a corny dude who is taking other people's clout and blowing it up. He has that power. That is still a superpower. Okay, nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you got to be the DJ Khaled of the track. No talent, but we the best.
Yo, so he's like the Lapeef. He's the Lapeef, and you know they have the Lapeef show, and then the people on there are the Antons and the Kaylas. Those are the stars, and they all come to their show, Lapeef. They all come to tonight's conversation, but they are the stars, and he's just the host. So a lot of the stuff that pops off, we don't even be seeing Ace really doing much. But we see the people like Kita, all the clips, Kita, Trip. So we see them all the time. Anton, we see Anton all the time. Kayla, we see Kayla all the time. But the host, there's not many clips of him saying these things because he's not the star. Okay, that makes sense.
You know what I mean? That's what it's giving. The show has always been his. Okay, so I need you to think, for my old school people, Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. For those who don't, miss you. Now, you know that's Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. For those who don't, you know that song?
I got y'all. I miss you. They're so cute. That's really old school. I know y'all are young and y'all like, what is that? It's an old song. It was older than me, probably. So it's an old song.
Oh, I miss you. Okay, that's Harold Melvin. Y'all don't know Harold Melvin, but y'all know Teddy Pendergrass. Do you see what I'm saying? You know Teddy P when you hear Teddy P. He is Harold Melvin. He put his name on the front of this, but the real talent is the one doing all of the work, okay? And it's been like that since the Fox 2. So then we got Kita, and Kita's everywhere. You know what I mean? She was the wrong person to play with. Now Kita's left, Tripp is left, and then Randy Rosario left. All names I've seen before. But recently, this new girl that had been working with them, this Kitty J. Rose, I thought that she was an introduction from Kita. When I saw that she had close to her name, I saw they're cousins. She done put her cousin on, and she done got her a job. That's her sister. You know what I mean? She just met this lady. Kita's from Dayton. This lady's from Dallas. They are no relation, come to find out from Kita. So imagine somebody coming into a space and having your name alongside of you working. Kita was really nice to this girl because my antennas would have been up.
Y'all, isn't it giving Island Gal Q and Fantasy Island Girl? I didn't even know this woman. I had no idea she existed. And they were like, why you got the same name as Island Girl Q? Like, I don't know her. I was Fantasy Island Girl when I started my business, Fantasy Island Rentals. I was Fantasy Island Girl. That has fuck all to do with them or whatever she got going on, but that's exactly the same energy of what you trying to do. Like, I'm just some agent of chaos. Dang, the side eye. But I thought it was weird that Kitty and Kita had the same Kitty Rose, Kita Rose. I was like, maybe it's like a thing like that. You know how you have a group of girls and they all doing the same like ending of their name. Oh, or like what is it? ASAP. All the ASAP boys. It's the same thing. That's what I thought.
Up from day one, if a girl come in talking about everybody love Randy, I'll be like, I don't like that. I don't think we need another everybody love or hate in here. But Kita, being the sweet girl she is, she let that rock. She said her and the girl, she tried to, create a friendship with her. Her uncle died. She tried to send her flowers and an edible arrangement, and the girl was acting funny. I would have been acting funny from jump. But now let's tell the story Kita told us, because this is even deeper and why we're going to have to do a part 2. First of all, Kita had been working with Ace Metaphor and them, like I said, since the beginning. And I'm talking about the trenches. So she was saying she knew that she was not getting paid what she was supposed to be getting paid. But what she was owed, they just totally didn't pay it. They gave it to her ex. So, when you come up with somebody, you give them a lot of benefit of the doubt. And she said that he used church hurt, which is trauma that you go.
Pause. We can't even speed past that. Why would you give her money to her ex? What sense? Did we miss that part? We saw part 1, part 2, part 3. Did y'all see them giving money to an ex? Did I miss that? Where is that? He gave, and what is this? She's up here showing this. This looks like it's a stream from somewhere else where she's talking about him giving money to the ex, because this is not part 1, 2, or 3. You guys, I don't know what she's talking about. So I guess we're going to have to get into that because this is different.
You go through in the church, whether it be any type of assault, put any mental assault, abuse, and he experienced that and he used that to garner sympathy. But I'm sure a lot of it was also the length of history they had working together, building this together. Like I said, he was Harold Melvin. His name was everything, but Teddy Pendergrass was the one singing the songs. Trip and Kita and all them have been singing the songs from jump. So Kita has an ex. I don't know if it's her ex-husband. She said she had a new man. Her new man was in the live. Whoever man she used to date did a contract with Ace Metaphor behind her back for a advance. And the advance did not have her signature on it. So how are you going to ask a man about my money? I would only think that he even thought that he had close to that power if they were married. But do not quote me on the.
Is this one of those situations where her man is her manager also, so he can do deals on her behalf? Or am I missing something? Why was he able to negotiate a deal on her behalf just because he was a boyfriend? Her ex. I didn't see her say husband. So her ex-boyfriend was able to negotiate a contract on her behalf. Okay, that's new.
Marriage, but that's what happened. So, she's looking like, okay, where's my money? They're like, oh, we already you're not, you're actually paying us back for your advance, right? That the dude that you were with signed for. And she's like, excuse me? So stealing her money on that end, boom. Next place he was stealing her money on her merch. Like I said, that starting off together, now we're here, I feel like had her a lot more loose and lax than you should be when you're in business with somebody, okay? Because with her merch, he had told her, and she made it seem like he bullied her a bit into taking over her merch, her sales in general. Because he's like, let me sell your merch. She's like, no, my people got my merch. We're all set over here. And then he's hitting her every day like, I need to take over your merch. She allows him to. Absolutely not. You can.
He's hitting her every day. She has to mean figuratively hitting her up every day. He better have been calling her every day. Because they said abuse. I don't know what kind of abuse they talking about, but hitting her. Okay, he was hitting her up every day. Hounding her so he can take care of her merch for him. Why? Why does he need to take care of her merch for her? The hell?
Asked me something a million times. Boy, I said no. We're not wearing Ace Metaphor shirts. They're wearing Trip Fontaine shirts. They're wearing Kita Rose shirts. They're wearing Randy Rosario shirts. They're wearing Randy Fontaine shirts. Ricky Fontaine shirts. They're wearing those shirts. Okay, they're wearing tonight's conversation shirts, and you can keep your bag. But he was taking everybody's bags, and that's why everybody's leaving. He is a multimillionaire off this. She quoted to say,
Why is it always the wealthy ones, the multimillionaire type, for them to be cutting out the people that are helping them make it to where they are? You're not going to be this $1 million man without them. So why are you cheating them? It's always the story. They always getting cheated. They always getting paid less than what they deserve. Like they aren't the reason the show is thriving. It's so stupid. You pay the talent. You pay the talent so they're happy, so they stay. If you don't pay the talent, as we see with all these artists, they're going to leave. And not only are they going to leave, they're going to drag you. And all their fan base are going to hate you because of how you did they fade. What is wrong with you? They do. Look, it's not like we haven't seen this shit over and over and over and over to know how it ends. It ends the same way every time. Stop treating people like shit. Stop stealing from them. That's insane. Absolutely not. I would not put up that shit.
that he could probably make $500,000 a show with advanced tickets, meet and greets, all sorts of things that come in the ticket buying, the merch, the everything else. He's making, he's way past millionaire status, and all of them are in financial straits. Okay. And she said to not be in financial straits with him as a woman, you would have to give up that Kitty J Rose. Do you see what I'm saying? And she
Shit. She did not say that in anything that we saw. So apparently this is the live I should have been clipping up, because she didn't say that in part 1, 2, or 3 that you had to sleep with him to get on the show. She didn't say that. She didn't mention that at all. So Chrissy dropping all this tea off, just spilling it, because I'm like, wait a minute. So they all sleeping with Ace. Isn't that always the case too? Don't they say like these YouTube groups, as they meet up more and more, everyone starts sleeping together, things get messy, and then they break up, and then everybody know all their business. Everybody know who could have stank, who got bumps where they shouldn't have bumps. Everybody know everybody's business because they be meeting up. It's the same situation. And what's crazy is I always put these people that have like actual shows that have actually made something. I'm like, oh wow, they're completely different from us. And we in the same situation over and over. They always trying to fuck on the talent, clearly.
she's implying that she has been. I'm going to say allegedly, but yeah, she's been giving up that meow meow to him. And I believe that. Men in power. That's why I tried to preface this by telling y'all this man was lame before. He was lame before. So of course, if you can buy some cat from your employees, you're going to do that. You've never experienced power and control in that sense. So of course you're intoxicated by it. You're robbing your friends, using your sad story against them, and then you're stealing from the people that you're supposed to love, and then you taking cat from the people that you just met and that you're putting on. So, there's a whole thing there. Stay tuned for part 2. We're going to do a part 2.
Okay. Part 2. Part 2 was already up, y'all. So we about to go to part 2 because that's what we here to see. I want to know all the tea. Let's see. Let me share this with you guys. There she is. All right. We about to start, you guys. Okay, go.
Peter Rose got the girl shaking again. Okay. Now, this is like the 3rd part series to this tonight's conversation tea being spilled all over the ground. Lipton. Okay. Well, she's dropping little increments, and this is supposed to be episode 2 of Who the F Did I Work For? And she's speaking of their experiences early in the tonight's conversation years. There's a lot to the story. Let's talk about it. So to get started, we're just going to stay on this frame, and I'm going to go through the story how she did. She spoke about the original cast, and there's a lot of tour dates on here, and she was saying at the time she still was getting paid pennies, but she was going to stick beside him. Now, this tour included Love the Poet, who I feel like is Love the Poet from Columbus. You guys got to tell me down in the comments. I could be wrong. I know Keita and Ace are from Dayton. TC Caldwell. Do you guys remember TC Caldwell? He used to do those hilarious skits like he was the auntie or the mom. No, y'all remember TC? Because TC used to have me done driving lessons with a black mama. And then he would talk and say stuff from the car. And he would do little skits in the house. And he was really funny. But Keita Rose came out and said that he was replaced by Ace Metaphor Tony when his page went down. And then he was allegedly no longer useful.
See, I told y'all he was so funny. I wish he was still making his videos. Like that shit was hilarious because he was spot on. If he wasn't like us, I'd be like, here he go, trying to use our likeness. But it was so funny because it was so. If you ain't got a mama, you got an auntie like that.
And in the corner here is Jay Martinez. Jay Martinez is somebody I also know personally. I remember Jay Martinez from the Fox 2 as well, when we used to be down to the hole in the wall, and this just used to be poets. It used to be singers, spoken word people that he was taking on tour. And she said, at first it was more poetry slam. I told y'all. And she said it became a card game. And it was a card game because, now this is tea, because of Derek Jackson. Now, there were sprinklings of people in these reports saying that he worked closely with Derek Jackson. He heavily supported him. Y'all remember Derek Jackson in the Bonnet of Salvation? Now, he had a card game, self-crowned, okay? And it wasn't really, taken off. And so Ace Metaphor put his spin on it and took it to the next level. So that's where we got the Tonight's Conversation card game from. He took a spin of something that wasn't working for somebody else. And I'm telling you, there's a trend here. This is the kind of person Ace is. This is how Tony is. He's the kind of person, he is the DJ Khaled.
Okay, I just feel like she's villainizing that type of person. That is a person you need around. A lot of people know how to create things, but they don't know how to market. So even if you're like, oh, I don't feel like they should get the same as a talent, because if I weren't here, we wouldn't have a show. If they weren't there, people wouldn't be paying attention to you. People wouldn't notice you. So you can't really vilify these people. I think they work hand in hand, like the writers and the actors. You can't have someone acting and they have nothing written for them. And if you got writers and no actors, it's an L. It's both sides. You need both sides equally, just like you need both sides, man and woman. It's the same thing. We always want to marginalize the other part just because it's not the same. They're equally valuable in this sense.
DJ Khaled. He gets on the song and it's a DJ Khaled mixtape, but baby, the true singer is T-Pain, Tyler Creator, you know what I mean? Like the talent is them, but he is just we the best, okay? And Keita is kind of exposing that. She's showing old pictures and she's saying those were the good years. Now I'm gagging about the Jay Martinez because y'all know Jay Martinez's wife. Child, this went viral Halloween of this year with 1.7 million likes, so it has a whole bunch of millions of views. This is Jay Martinez's wife, Taja. She was the great Mr. Bobinski. Hilarious. Please go follow Taja because, Jay was no longer on the Ace Metaphor, Tonight's Conversation either. And they started together. But that's what I'm saying. Everybody in my city is a star. Now, don't look at this. This is a 6-foot Latina baddie. Okay, do not get it twisted. But I just think that it's so funny how my city, when I say we go viral, baby, to be a small town, we some viral people. Now, I digress, but Keita was just spilling it. And there's going to be more to these parts. She's going to pull like a Risa Tisa, according to her. She's pulling out the clips and she's letting the chopper sing, okay? This is a clip of Kitty J. Rose, and she's making comments about how she loves when a man golden showers her, sprinkles her with a little orange.
Wasn't it Carisha that liked that shit too? I don't know what's wrong with these girls. Now when they say they be going over there to Dubai to get shit on, I'm not going to say anything. I'm like, oh, they probably do. And I need to mind my black ass business because these women are into some stuff that you just wouldn't even think. You can't look and say, oh, they're pretty. They wouldn't do that. Yes, they would. Yes, they would. What the fuck?
Orange juice and apple, and they're like, she's supposed to be a Christian podcaster. She's supposed to be about marriage, speaking this vulgar and all this stuff. So when I say Keita is dropping receipt, she's letting the chopper sing, and it's looking bad, baby. She's not getting her things out the house, and she's gonna make sure she puts the gasoline and the whole thing burns down. And we're going to continue to watch and keep updated with this debacle. Keita Rose got the girl shaking again. Okay. Now, this is like the third part series to this tonight's conversation.
Sorry, guys. My brother called. He's deployed. Send prayers to my brother and his wife and their babies because he's deployed right now. And when he called, I just got to answer, just period. And it's the sibling chat that I be highlighting in my little my shorts because we just are all on the same page. We grew up in the same house. We're very, very close. And we all on the same page. So when this stuff be coming out, we be in the group chat talking shit, just pop, pop, pop early in the morning. So he called from over there and I just needed to make sure he was okay. And he was trying to show me something. He's not on like whatever. We ain't even gonna get into that. But he's seems safe, just prayers always. Anyway, you guys, so that was the end of Krissy's side, and she's gonna be keeping up with this. Like, I'm gonna be keeping up with this because I'm part of the saga now. I'm in it. Like, I'm trying to see what's going on. And all these hints to abuse and workplace misconduct, like sleeping with your crew. I'm trying to see what's tea. And I'm trying to see if any lawsuits come out for defamation. Because, like she said, he's a millionaire. So he could argue that she's defaming him by putting all this stuff out there and making his business suffer. If we all leave, like I'm not really looking to see him and Kitty, especially not like I just don't feel the same way about Kitty. I didn't like her from the beginning. I thought she was kind of fake, and I can't stand that overly holy situation. I can't stand that. So we were never gonna mesh, but I felt like she was a good balance between Kita because Kita and I, we be on the same page. We'd be like, I agree. So when I'm watching Kita, I'm like, okay, yeah. And then I hear her side, I'm like, okay, for the holy and sanctified, this is for you. Listen up. But now I'm not trying to hear that. I'm definitely not trying to hear her with Ace and whoever ever's left because I never even cared about them in the beginning. So I'm not trying to hear them. I'm not trying to see what's going on with them. But I am trying to see if TC comes out and say something. I'm going to put that in here. And then if Trip, as a handsome man, if Trip comes out and says something, I'm going to make sure I put that in here too because they're getting their names thrown in, but they don't seem to be trying to air anything out, which is very bro code of them, I must say. Men be on that bro code stuff. Like they try to laugh about the sisterhood. It ain't no sisterhood, but bro code is real. It's real as fuck. Like even if they ain't cool with each other anymore, they still not gonna break the bro code. So they're not airing each other out, and that's what it is. But the ladies, we gonna tell it like it is. So as soon as they come out with some more, I'm gonna pop back up. So pay attention. See you guys later. Hit the like button on your way out and comment and let me know what y'all think. Bye.